Welcome to Tales from the Brick, where we tell the stories behind our favorite plastic bricks. This week, I'm joined by Manny Garcia, Season 1 LEGO Masters contestant, who teamed up with his father, Nestor. How you doing tonight, Manny?
Hola, hola amigos. I'm doing great. Again, John, 8-Bit Bricks, thank you so much for having me. Happy holidays to everybody that's tuned in. I'm doing great. Staying warm. Again, I'm in Eastern Pennsylvania. You know what's going
Oh,
on
I
out
know.
here. It's just the cold. So, besides the holidays and the cold, we're doing great. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's great because, it's snowy season. So we're just trying to survive it, survive the winter, and
Yes, we are.
play with Lego to get through it.
Yes, 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 yes.
So,
Oh,
Manny, how did you get started playing with Lego?
all right. How did I get started?
Yeah,
Can I
we'll
ask
start
you the
from the
same
beginning.
thing? Can I ask you the same thing? I mean, can I ask you the same question the interviewer gets into? No.
If you want to. I mean, I did it as a kid. I had my dark ages. Star Wars Lego came out in 1999. I started building the Star Wars, and then 2004, I started building because there was a Lego store near me. Then I ended up working there for a few months, and here I am, 21 years later, still building with Lego.
Awesome. Similar story. Again, my parents, they bought me my first Lego set when I was 4, turning 5, turning 6, something like that. I did Lego. Funny thing, because it was something that my parents noticed that I got things done around the house, and they rewarded me with Lego. So, um, also, my birthday being close to Christmas, it was like a double whammy of, like the gift. Um, so I remember as a kid, that was just like their go-to, to please me as parents, and to gift me and reward me with. So I vividly remember, yeah, any age in my youth, I had Lego around. The same like you said, I had a dark age when I did high school and college and stuff. I became a parent, and I believe that that's what restarted and revamped that enthusiasm, I'd say. I was always a fan of Lego, but I guess it's just that extra thing, like, well, you know what? Now I'm a parent. Now this is the perfect reason, excuse on just how to just to connect and needless to say, yeah, my daughters, they enjoyed Lego for their childhood. Now, they're into other things, but I see that sort of beauty in Lego. It doesn't matter if nowadays, kids are heavy on Lego, and then they, stop, have their dark age. I believe everyone deserves that. Everyone deserves also that
Of course.
break and that pause from Lego, which is perfectly fine. I mean, similar stories when it comes to being an adult and being a fan of this toy. Now, when it came to Lego Masters, 2019, I stumbled upon it was Instagram that the casting process started in July, and to make it short, I was the first. Well, we were the first father and son team, out of so many
Yeah.
that got picked. And I guess a whole bunch of things, being Hispanic and being our own characters and having our own dynamic was really what got us in that position. And was I a Lego Master before the show? Maybe. Am I now? Yeah, I have this title, and because of everything that I've absorbed and everything that I've been able to do afterwards. Um, I've always said it. It's not what we did on the show; it's what we do after, and that's motivate, inspire, and keep entertaining future Lego builders. So, but my history and my passion and my love, yeah, for Lego comes from early age. I've ran into a whole bunch of AFOs that they just started, their pursuit and their hobbyism as adults. It's funny, but at the same time, there are a few of us, certain of us, that we're just overly saturated and overly consumed with the Lego from earlier ages. So
Oh yes.
I'm guilty of that. Yeah, yeah.
So were you building a lot of mocks before you tried out for the show?
Good question. About the process, I believe that they announced Lego Masters in the U.S. July of 2019, and there was a few things and events that were going on in June, July, that summer of 2019. Um, so me myself, I think it was like Prime Week, and I was just so hyped on getting a train motor, power functions back then. I mean, they were still um, in sale, that you could still buy them, and they weren't
Yeah.
as expensive as they are now.
Yeah, the
So
old
that's
school
why I
power
got it.
function motors.
Yes, yes. Um, I'll go to the future and then go back. I learned afterwards that two types of builders. There's people that build using instructions, which is completely fine. And then there's serious play. There's people that build outside the instructions, and that's good as well. For years, yeah, I was the type that it was exciting buying a new Lego set and building and following instructions, but after a while, especially dealing with such a robust and such a regal toy as Lego, being expensive and all that, then you start telling yourself, well, as long as it's Lego and I can add Lego and I do it my thing, it's totally fine. So then that's like your justification when you buy, $100, $200, module or set or whatever, and then you
Yeah.
find yourself like tweaking it, changing it. So before Lego Masters, yeah, I could definitely admit that I found myself doing that. Um, the builds that we did, good question, because we actually went through an audition. I believe one of the
Yeah.
things that they asked us to do was Santa. He needed a new workshop in New York City, and we needed to pick a national monument or building and make his warehouse, his workshop, that and my dad being New Yorican and us being here on the East Coast, we chose the Washington Arc from the Washington Square, and we
Yep.
built that first, and then we put Santa's workshop in it, and that was the sort of stuff that we put ourselves into it. Like, why the Washington Square Arc or that monument? Because Dad used to live down the street, when he was a kid. So
That makes sense.
it was those sort of things, and obviously, one thing about Lego Masters that it taught me, and it teaches us all, is the three things when it comes to Lego. It's the playability. You have to, there has to be a technique, a story, and technique, story. Hold on, and just not so much.
Of
But
course, it's
yeah,
always
one big thing that I learned from Lego Masters was the story. You have to have
yes.
a story. Aesthetics. That's the one that I was
Oh,
missing.
okay.
If
That
you
makes
build a tree, then it has to look, as good or as real as a real tree. Using a 2x4 brick. That's the first one, aesthetics. Then you have to have a story. Uh, and so you build a tree, and then the tree has Johnny the Squirrel, and all these other characters. So it's that sort of stuff that you learn, things that I didn't apply when I was building, beforehand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So that's one thing that I really took away and walked out. Besides, obviously, spending time with my dad, and that was great too. Regardless of win or losing, me and my father still came back father and son. So that
Yeah,
was
of
very
course.
important. Winning or losing didn't change or didn't make or take away from that fact. And I think if our time was cut close or short was because we were having way too much of a good time. It was great, a great experience indeed.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people look like they were actually stressed out, but having fun on the show in the first season.
Yes, season one. Again, it was like a trial and error because it was never seen before in the United States, and
Yeah.
even in season one, they already talked, and there was already like this production for Lego Masters Juniors, which came out, and we knew that there wasn't just gonna be one season in the U.S. Something foretold us, or we just picked it up that it was only gonna grow. It was only gonna get funner. The challenges and the building was just gonna get more exciting. So
Yeah.
it's great, and also for me, I don't know about anyone else from season one, but I do remember meeting contestants before there were Lego Masters on season 2 and 3 and 4. So that was doing season one again. It was a eye opener, and it was just great seeing how it developed and how it just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were the prototype. Admittedly, there was the UK, and I think Australia was before the US also, but
And Germany. So they
and
actually
Germany.
told us in 2019. They told us, well, watch Lego Masters UK and Australia and Germany, and that's what we did. And even that couldn't prepare us for something new. It was just something
No, it was
taking us again.
definitely
Yeah.
it was a different show, same concept, but they really did take it in a different direction. The American version, a little more entertainment over Lego building. There's a
Yes.
little more focus on building in the other countries.
Big difference from somebody building in the comfort of their living room, with socks and pajamas versus you having a camera right there in your workstation and you have to explain and tell and yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe that's what they need for next season. Some team in their pajamas who are just like chill.
Trust me, we tried. I mean, in season one, we asked if we could build from the floor. There was times, that we kicked our shoes off, and yeah, yeah. Again, it was all a production, and granted that there was pressure. Again, we didn't know what we were getting into versus like season 2 and all the other seasons that saw what it was about, and then they were like, "Yeah, this seems great." I could tell you this, that there was contestants that were supposed to be in season 1, but didn't make it because they were too young, and then they made it on other
Oh, really?
seasons. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have friends who were the first alternates in season 1 who unfortunately didn't make
Okay.
it on the show, and since they haven't said it publicly, I'm not going to tell their stories. But so I've heard some of those stories, and I know that even up to season, was it 6 that they're recording now, they take alternates from previous seasons and use them later on.
Very true indeed. Very true indeed. It yeah. Without saying too much, it brings me joy and delight that I could say now that I know contestants on season 6. I do know, which is for me. It's a prize. Not that I asked or not. It was just again the relationships and just the connections that I've developed throughout the years afterwards, and also the advice, the counseling, and the leadership. And I've had a lot of people throughout the years tell me, "Hey, I'm doing the process," or "I'm doing," So yeah, for me. It's been a true delight, helping and not tripping anybody up or saying anything or yeah. F- and for my sake, for my peace, I've always told people, the honest thing. You're already a Lego master. If people, if they're looking at you to be on Lego Masters, it's because you already are. You don't have to go out your way or try to overly, but just keep it natural. Just and I feel that is sort of tough, especially in our community because we encourage and we push each other. There is a construct and a boundary with these bricks, with these elements and these parts that we can't break them, we can't mold them. We have to build with these parts. So I think now, especially nowadays, when we do Lego shows and people showcase and exhibit and show off, it's like, man, that's so cool. That's badass. That I think that's needed. I think people stepping out and checking out Lego shows. If you believe that you possess, this creativity that you could mold the technique to your will, to your creativity, we could all aspire to build great things. And trust me, we don't have to do a Lego show to do that. Um,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I feel like in our community is very we have a lot of people that are introverted, a lot of people that don't feel like sharing, that they don't want to give too much of them. But certainly when it came to Lego Masters, you had to put something of you in the build. You had to,
Yeah.
and that's not easy. It's really not.
Yeah, and
Um,
I, having met a lot of the contestants over the years, it's most of them are friendly, and it really feels more like friendly competition than real competition. Like you're helping each other, but while you're still kind of trying to outdo each other, if you know what I mean.
I believe in season one. Well, this is true for season one. In season one, they actually had us go to each station and um, say something about somebody's build. Obviously nothing bad.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm. It's terrible that they didn't show that sort of stuff from season one. Also, I believe it was the first week. We understood and we read the room. So me myself, I made it a thing that let's not build against each other, but let's build together. There were certain times throughout certain episodes, there were certain people that had, excuse me, loose bricks on their workshop, and I vividly remember people, contestants, I'd say, asking for those pieces, and um, it, yeah, yeah, it was totally um, building together, but at the same time, you do have this production. They do, want that sort of drama and competitive stuff,
Of
but
course, because you're
in the
building
end of the day,
Lego. You're building
yeah,
Lego. They're building a TV show, so they want drama. They want to build, excitement, and whether or not it's really there, they're trying to kind of create that atmosphere sometimes.
yes, yes, I'll say yes. But again, for the experience, for the most part, it was great. Did I ever think that I do Lego Masters? No, I did not. But I am thankful. I do. Yeah. I do. I will say this. I knew I was gonna do something with Lego. I just didn't know that it was gonna be towards that grandeur. I didn't know that I was. I didn't think that it would be something as Lego Masters. I was 2018, 2017, 2018. I was starting, this Lego room, and I told myself, that I was going to dedicate my time and my effort into my hobby and something that I enjoyed. And then, lo and behold, 2019 came around, and they saw this video that I did, and um, yeah, then I told them that my father, my dad, was interested in doing it with me, so we were shoo-ins. Like they insisted, like
Yeah.
they wanted us to be on there, and like I said, no regrets. Win or lose, me and my dad reconnected in a way that yeah, shoot, I don't want to get the tears going. And
No,
even
it's okay.
afterwards too, just doing Lego shows and everything else that we got planned for 2026 and beyond. Because we do have still certain projects and certain things in motion. Yeah.
Yeah. So was your dad Nestor? Was he like a big Lego guy, or he was just like, "Hey, I'd like to do that with you. Why? It sounds fun."
I think dad was just super dad. My dad, I always say this, dad likes Legos very much, but he loves mom more. So it was more like, you know what, Nestor, my husband, go help my son. He's asking you. So that's how that was. And I say it jokingly, I was Michael Jordan, dad was Scottie Pippen. He was there to assist. But even as Scottie Pippen, he was still a teammate. He was still a major part in everything that we did on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so you can tell when there's like one person on a team who is just more of an experienced builder, more of a somebody just who does a lot more building, and somebody's there, as a significant other who's helping them, or a friend who's helping them. And it's not a bad thing. It's a good dynamic, but it's like you can always tell when that's the dynamic as opposed to two builders who are working together.
Yes. Yes. Dad was giving me advice. He was telling me, what color I should do this, or what character, and that sort of stuff. I certainly couldn't have done what I did in Lego Masters if it wasn't for my being with my father. That's what made it to. And again, in my own right, yes, do I consider myself a Lego master? Yes, John, are you? Yes. I mean, us that are able to create without instructions, um, and we're able to showcase it and show it off. Yeah, that's there goes the Lego master. It's being proud and having a good feel that you built something great and created something great with Lego, and you're showing it off so other people can aspire to either match you in that greatness, or build better, or build it, uh, better, or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Like the movie transformed what a Lego master was, because prior to, I forget what year movie, 2010, 2015, whatever, it was a Lego employee who builds for, like, if you see those like giant sculptures in public, it was the Lego master who built that. And then the movie turned it into everybody who builds and like enjoys building and builds their own thing and builds something cool is now a Lego master. And I kind of
Yeah.
like that. And I like that people embrace that. Like, it kind of empowers people to build more.
I think the whole history of Lego. If they didn't want that, then they wouldn't keep developing, new elements and new
Of course.
parts and new. If Lego just wanted people or the consumer, I mean, Lego was, I'm sure, great in the 50s and 60s, and they could have just kept it like that. But no, they didn't. They kept, incorporating new stories, new themes, space, aqua zones, for Christ's sake. You know, I believe Lego, in their genius sense, they wanted children and adults alike to create their own world with Lego. Because I remember, like, the old ads in the 80s and 90s. I mean, um, when it came to the pirates, my goodness, it wasn't just one pirate ship. It was the Barracuda, and then the Imperial Armada. And then I'm over here like, well, wow, noted if you did have, the means of buying it back then, and that's the funny thing. Nowadays, you see people that they have like these big Lego rooms, but you don't see too many pictures of people that had Lego rooms back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. It's amazing.
Well,
But you saw those rooms in the Lego ads, like you
of
saw
course.
like the yeah, yeah.
It turned into, we were kids who idealized that, who turned into adults who now have money and still idealize that. And here we are with Lego rooms
Yeah,
and
yeah.
still building.
And I don't want to say that there probably never was. I'm pretty sure, that there are yeah, older, that I'm sure collected in the 80s and the 90s. Um, but surprisingly, I'm actually thinking of it now. If I've ever seen, like a Lego room in the 80s or in the 90s, it's just, it's usually, people that have a picture of like one or two boats or one or two castles, but it's never
Yeah.
something as grand as how we're doing it nowadays, with all these base plates, and we're doing mountains and subways, and we're putting all these modules together. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. It's just, I find that very, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember
So
as a kid playrooms that had a lot of Lego, but nothing to the scale that we're doing now.
Yeah, and I think that was I think that there was a reason for the madness. I think all those, because you rarely see a Lego ad nowadays. I mean, if you see a Lego ad, it's probably on their website, on their product. The video ad is right there on. But do we really see Lego ads like for Dawn, dishwasher detergent? No, we don't. But you think of it back in the 80s and 90s, and I mean, even on the groups, the Lego groups, that they bring these videos back to life, and I'm like, wow, like, and so I think Lego wanted that. They I don't know, did they look into the future? Probably, because what they were showing off in their ads before is what we grew up to do. It's like we saw those ads in the 90s with like these, and the catalogs too. My goodness,
Oh
how
yeah,
could we
those were
forget
great.
those? The catalogs had like I remember that they had, it was like the small one, right? It was small one. It looked like a
Well,
half base plate or something.
there were
It
the
was like a
small ones
little
that were
booklet.
came in the kits, and then you could get the magazine-sized ones in the mail
So the
back
ones
then.
that came in the kit, you're going through these, and they have them numbered and they have them priced, but at the same time, on the one sheet, you just see like this whole city, that it's city or it's whatever theme it may be, and then they had the sets. Um, so it's like we grew up to get that, to have like this, yeah.
Yeah, and then we had the commercials on TV during children's programming, like Zack the Lego Maniac and A Man Has Fallen into the River in Lego City, and all of those. And I don't watch cartoons anymore, and the rare occasions I do, it's on a streaming service. So I don't see the commercials to see if they make them anymore. I would think they might, but I wouldn't know. And
And
but
I'm
that's it.
pretty
You're
sure that
watching.
if they did, if they were around, we probably would hear of it, or it would come across, like in our community. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, Lego did the Macy's Day Parade, and that obviously, for us enthusiasts, it caught the attention. So then they share that. But as far as I agree, as far as commercials, I haven't seen a Lego commercial in years.
I
Yeah.
know that they do promotional videos on YouTube. Some of which, so I was at Legoland this past weekend to check out the decorations, and
Okay.
in their theater they were just looping all of their like basically their YouTube videos. So it's like here's a Star Wars one which is holiday themed. Here's a Friends one that's holiday themed. Here's a city one that's holiday themed. So I'm guessing those are also found on the YouTube channel as opposed to their normal 4D movies that they show. So they are making them because I actually know people who animate and who've been hired by Lego. So they are making them, but I don't know if they're like actual commercials anymore.
Got me. Got me. Um, got me. But yeah, any new projects? Anything that you're working on? Don't ask me because I haven't touched Lego since the show, since BrickFair.
So BrickFair. So you went from Lego Masters to basically being featured at Lego conventions for the past 5 years. Once everything opened back up in 2021, there were you and your castmates, showing what you can make when you don't have the limitations of the show.
Yes, yes. When we finished the production of Lego Masters, and we the contracts, were no longer there. Um, it there's so many Lego conventions, and so many expos of Lego. Um, so many to ask, and it makes sense for a Lego show or convention to ask, Lego Masters from each new season, obviously, to do agree and meet, to do discussion panels and that sort of stuff. So yeah, me and my dad and season one and all the others from here in the U.S. Yeah, we've gotten a chance to fraternize, to meet up and get together at certain events, certain shows. Um, I say this, Zach and Wayne from season two, seeing them on TV, and then being finalists and being so brilliant at what they do. Never did I think watching them on TV that I would see them. But then 2022 came around and we had the opportunity to do a Lego convention and a show. Um, it's those things that made of me and my dad putting in that sacrifice, taking time to do Lego Masters, and then um, the fruits, the experiences, the connections that we made afterwards were just great. Yeah. Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I got to meet you, I guess, BrickFair 2021, along with your father,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and I think most of the cast was there that year. Some of
20
whom had been
2021. I think it was season 1 and 2. Not to cut you off. Yes, you're
okay.
absolutely right.
Oh yeah, but that's when I met you. Because yeah, there was no 2020 show because of everything being shut down
Yes.
in the world.
Oh yeah.
So by the time 2022, yeah, 2021 rolled around, season 2 had already aired, or was airing at the time. I forget some of them. The timeline is in my head a little weird, um, but I got to meet all of you guys. I have pictures with all of y'all, and it was just it was really cool. Everybody was pretty down to earth. I want to say there was one cast member who I thought was a little didn't want to be there, but the rest of them were very cool. And I got to talk about like Lego techniques and what it was like on the show, and it was kind of cool to hear like the behind the scenes stories in person, and like those kinds of stories that people are like, I can't tell this on the air, but here's something funny that happened. Yeah.
I have a ton from season 1, and I've heard a few from the previous of or after or the seasons after they've shared. Um, as far as me, shoot, yeah, maybe I don't have anyone any stories. They might
Yeah.
be cool to some, but for others, I don't know. Might be too coarse, but again, it was just a fun experience. With or without my dad, again, we're two grown-ups, and yes, I did do Lego Masters with my dad, but of course, we're two different people, and my experience and me soaking up, LA was just great. I will share this. Mark Cruikshank, he was actually my buddy. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Mark Cruikshank, shout out to Mark Cruikshank if he watches. Love the dude. He and me, we connected. We were always together, and outside the studio and outside of recording, uh, we were always together. I mean, we always ate lunch. We hung out, in the hotel and stuff like that. So that's like one of my stories outside of production, personal. I really connected with Mark Cruikshank still to this day. We're best buds. So shout out to Mark. Love you, Mark.
Oh,
So that's my yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess being trapped in like basically a hotel or a soundstage for 6-7 weeks with the same people, you definitely bond with them.
Well, we recorded season 1 in 2019. I mean, this was before 2020, like season 2 and 3 and so forth. That had to get tested, and they were on the
Yeah.
quarantine, and they couldn't leave nowhere. Us in 2019, obviously, Walmart was still open 24 hours. So yeah, our experience was completely uh, uh, different. I mean, they really rolled out the red carpet in season 1. The food that they catered, just everything was over the top again because it was the first time them doing it.
Yeah.
Versus like season 2 and 3 that I heard, they were feeding them cold McDonald's breakfast, and so
Oh,
yeah, it was different experiences. And again, I'll say this, that being on the show and even being on their radar, being in the productions and casting and auditioning for it, um, it's good. It's a good feel. It even the word Lego Master. Are you really a Lego Master? You're not here if others didn't think that you were. So you got to believe it. You have to think. You have to embrace and accept that in which you don't think that you are. But the time's there. You're under pressure. The clock is ticking, and obviously you got a partner. but if you are on Lego Masters, it's because they did see this quality. You did have a caliber of creativity using Lego, and that's what they did with the auditioning. The auditioning was important. They wanted to make sure that you had the right minerals and the right um, ideas. They didn't want people building grenades,
Yeah,
or
of course. You got to be
so.
family friendly. I get that.
Yeah, you had to build, like, yeah, build the right way. Oh yeah, and
So,
then again afterwards, talking about the shows, talking about Lego shows, right?
yeah. So,
Uh, Great. I got a chance to meet you and shoot.
yeah.
Yeah, ask away.
So, besides storytelling and that, is there any technique that you have taken away from Lego Masters that you use on a regular basis?
Oh,
Like
is there
just
one
a
take?
building technique, not just aesthetics, story, presentation, but actual like just building techniques that has become like granular to you.
Building technique. I'd say besides the story. I mean, shoot, that's something that I picked up.
Yeah, because
Uh,
we established that, from the beginning that that's the first thing you learned. But
a building technique. Oh, you got. Oh, well, yes, yes, yes. Uh, I remember. Yeah, weeks. We knew that we made it on Lego Masters weeks before. Roughly 2 weeks or 10 days or so before we were scheduled to fly out and start recording. They actually sent us a couple $100 worth of Power Up. That's when Power Up was picking up. Uh,
yeah,
so and Boost. I mean Boost. They really wanted to get us with Boost.
yeah, because they wanted
So
you to use motion and action in the
yes,
build because it looks good on
yes,
TV.
yes. Um, I remember I broke night 2 3 days, um, learning anything and everything that I could about Boost, and I, I honestly, there is no limit on building anything with Lego, especially with Boost and um, I mean Mindstorm and then Boost. Boost is very interesting because of its sensors, just because of forget the motors. It's just everything else that comes with Boost. The programming, it's like coding. Um,
Yeah,
that's something big that I learned during season one was getting Legos to move like in a way that you never thought of before. The color sensor. I mean, Boost has a color sensor, uh, meaning that if you have a train and you put a blue brick on that train and it passes that sensor would trigger, a chain of events. And yeah, even thinking about it right now, it's just limitless. There's so many things that you could do with Boost. Um,
yeah,
of course, there's this pros. Of course, there's this cons. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of needless to say, learning Boost and getting that crash course before Lego Masters um, was great. Was great. A
yeah,
lot of people don't know this. Season one, episode one, when I did, Team G Adventure Mountain, they wanted that. They wanted movement and the waterfall. The waterfall had a blue brick tied to the chain that triggered the G to spin. But they just made me off to be, the son that didn't listen to his dad, and I didn't make the roller
yeah,
coaster move. But that's the entertaining stuff that you guys saw. But the real reality of the fact is that, yeah, that Team G Adventure Park, and we told them from the beginning, no, we don't want to power the roller coaster. This is the main thing. And yeah, yeah, I got
yeah.
painted as the disobedient son who doesn't. But we all know that's not true. But it's that
Sure,
sort of
sure.
stuff. So to answer your question, yes, there was that. That's something that I learned big was Boost was just dealing with Boost and all its
Yeah.
technicality. And do Boost. Whoever's watching, make sure you
Uh,
Boost.
unfortunately, Boost has been discontinued. But Mindstorms in general, which I hate because I'm a computer programmer. I'm a big STEM user, and like Mindstorms for the public has kind of been discontinued, and it really pisses me off because I love the whole STEM aspect of Lego, and it really like hurts my soul to know that like people can't just build working robots anymore, just right out of the box.
Well, interestingly, I learned the backstory to Mindstorm. Um, Mindstorm, when they created it, I believe Lego didn't know what they were doing because Mindstorm was intended for you to code and for you to program. But that's
Yeah,
not what Lego does now, do they? They make toys. So from what I heard years ago, right, is that the community, people that were fans and love Lego, had to go back and send Lego a memo on like, listen, this is only a paperweight, unless you guys do, so on and so forth.
yeah,
So then that story right there, it really convinced me that it took the people, the builders, to tell Lego what to do, and how to. It's funny how the consumer told the manufacturer, like, this is what you do with this product. It's not what you guys think. Um,
yeah.
so for me, yeah, yes, they discontinued Boost, but still, everything with Power Up and all the motor stuff that Lego's done, throughout the years, and then how they advanced, from 9 volt, all those motors, in the '80s, those great boxes, the 4x4 boxes that you really couldn't fit anywhere. But now, you got
Yep.
these. Now they design, these sets, which you can incorporate, these, excuse me, these motors. So I'm seeing Lego in the next few years doing the same thing, reinventing, the wheel when it comes to and I might be right, with this stuff that's coming out next year. What's with this smart brick? I mean, if anybody wants to help me out with this, I've heard of it. I haven't really delved too much into it. I guess we'll wait for next year, but that co-signs what I said. Lego always. Why didn't we have the smart brick, like 5 years ago or 10 years ago?
Yeah. We also don't know how the smart brick's going to work yet. We've seen leaked pictures of like minifigures with like round QR codes on their backs. So we don't even know how it's all going to work out, but we'll see
Should
how
be
it
interesting.
goes.
It should be
Yeah.
interesting. Yes, indeed.
And
Oh yeah.
again, the more programmable, the better from my perspective. But
I agree. I agree. That's and generalizing this, I think that's what's intended. Lego does a great job on captivating the buyer. Buy this Goonies set. That Goonies set isn't made for a 5-year-old nowadays. No, that set was intended, for 40, 50-year-olds. Now
oh
in
yeah,
this generation, which is very smart. Um, but needless to say, Lego, since for a while, they've been doing this narrative, which is, yes, buy Lego, but at the same time, build well, play well, build what you want, do create, and and I tell this to a lot of people, at Lego shows, outside of Lego shows, Lego's there. Lego has always. Like the quality control. They want to make sure that their customers are always happy. They want to know what their customers are into, what the customer is building. So,
yeah.
and many shows, you might think that they're not there, but they're there.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
no, they're a lot of them are, undercover. They're there just to see what's going on and check out what people are building, see what ideas are coming forward, and they're watching the trends. They're paying attention, whether you realize it or not. I've met
oh
quite a
yeah.
few Lego employees just wandering around at Lego conventions.
There you go. There you go. And well, yeah. Last time I saw you was at the BrickFair in Oaks. How did
Yeah.
you find the show? How did you like the show? How did you?
Well, BrickFair Virginia is kind of my home show. It's the one I've been going to literally since it started. So it was nice to go to a smaller show, see everybody in a more relaxed atmosphere, and see what people are building, being able to spend more time focusing on the builds because there's less of them just due to less people being there. It was about a quarter of the size. So I actually had more time to talk to you, to other builders, see what you're building, see how they work. Because I like to, get granular, and I don't have that chance when, there's
Excuse me.
1,000 builders and like 10,000 builds, as opposed to 250 to 300 builders and like 1,000 builds.
I believe that this Brick Fair at Oaks had the largest amount of registered attendees. I'm not too sure on the numbers. And we also got a chance to hang out at Brick Fair at Chantilly. So I saw you twice
Yeah,
this
of
year.
course. Yeah, like I
And
said,
then
it's my home show. I was there, but
the Chantilly. Yeah, when I saw you in 2021, that was actually my first time doing a Brick Fair at Chantilly. Years ago, I did I did a Brick Fair in New Jersey back when they were.
yeah,
Also in 2021, I got a chance to do a Brick Fair in Secaucus, the last show that was done in New
yep,
Jersey.
yeah, I was there
Um,
for that one. That was a good show.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, God willing, hopefully, we'll get to see each other in 2026 for more upcoming shows.
Oh, we definitely will. So, what would you say is the most unique show that being on Lego Masters has brought you to? Either it doesn't, even if it's not a Lego convention, but in general, just someplace you wouldn't have necessarily gone otherwise, but you went because Lego Masters.
Uh, okay. Well, I got a chance to a few years back. BrickFest actually asked me to help them donate $25,000 to the Eagles Autistic Foundation. Um,
Oh, nice.
and we got a chance to go see the game, even though it was January, and the Dallas Cowboys beat us that night.
Oh,
But to think of something, I'd say it was that. Shoot. I did BrickWorld Chicago. I'm still active with BrickWorld Chicago, and I mean everything that comes along with that. They did a comedy show with some comedians that are just amazing, and having a chance to meet them and uh, participate in their activity. I think it was in 22. Was great. So those are probably like the first two. Yeah, the two that
the
uh,
two big ones.
that I would think of first. Yes, yes, yes.
That's
But
fair.
besides that, yeah, doing Lego Masters, it definitely opened up the door on doing and attending Lego shows, and again, um, not so much for us, but we did this again to me and my dad. We made it a thing that we wanted to inspire and again motivate future Lego builders. Um, um, if granted, if we had the chance, to do the Lego Masters again, well, would we, what would be the agenda and what would be the intentions of? Again, yeah, well, I won't say no. Obviously, if the participation and if it was just right. Um, but needless to say, again, um, we want to inspire and motivate people that never built the Lego. There's certain people that come into Lego every single day. They didn't know that Lego did Harry. Somebody could have been a fan of Harry Potter, when the movies came out, and then all of a sudden they find out that there's Lego sets of Harry Potter. Then this, it's a snowball effect. It just keeps getting bigger. Um,
Yeah, and then the addiction grows from there.
Yes, yes, yes. And you start losing space. Another thing I say that being a Lego master is not so much on your ability on building Lego; it's more on the space. Can you, given the chance, yeah, we could if we could, we would buy the whole store, build every single set. But what are we gonna do after that? You know, so that's important. You know, and so
I'm still trying to figure that
it's
part out.
that sort of self control. You know, can you build a Lego box? Yeah, and I'm a Lego master because I could do it in under 3 hours. Well, good for you, but where are you gonna put it at? Where are you gonna, you know? Yeah, it's all fun and games. You're the fastest builder, all right. But if you don't have space, if you don't, you know, then it starts making no sense. Then it's but again, to each his own. If you want to build, if you want to buy the Titanic, and I mean, put this in your garage floor, then okay. If that's the space you got. Um, but so again, it's having a balance with Lego, you know. And
Yeah,
one
of
thing that
course.
I tell people, parents are always asking me, you know, how do I get my child to build without instructions? I tell them, listen, do not get rid of your pieces. Do not throw them away. And matter of fact, if your kid gets tired of that Harry Potter set and they're into Star Wars, well, you could use those pieces, go on Lego.com, find the instructions, and you can rebuild, redo any Star Wars ship, you know, using Harry Potter pieces, or doesn't matter. It's all Lego. But as long as the building is still there, you know, it's just like shooting a free throw. You have to practice at it. So um, when it comes to building with Lego, I mean, yeah, obviously, you know, the more time that you get, you know, building, creating, especially with these new parts, these new elements, that's what gets your, you know, that mastery. You start figuring things out in your own head, and that's
Yeah.
where I'm
Well,
at. I'm like literally building in my head right now as we speak.
yeah. Well, we're all, older, but it's the kids who blow me away because they see what we built over time, and they've been going to these Lego conventions for a few years, and then they
Yes,
become teens, and they start mocking, and they just blow us away. Like I have seen the most incredible stuff, and it's because they're just like, well, those guys are old. They don't know what they're doing. I can do it better, and they do, and
I
it's
agree.
really cool to see that.
I agree. How do I agree? I did a Lego show a few years back in the Midwest, and the parent of this child actually told me um, they're getting casted for Lego Masters Juniors, and I mean these kids brought out. I think it was the very first time for me that I saw like a water pump, a Lego brick built water pump, and they had water, and nowadays, you know, you're seeing all
Mhm.
these amazing mocks that they're incorporating water, and I'm like, wow, stuff that, you know, you wouldn't have seen, you know, 15, 20 years ago. Nowadays, you know, to think that kids were the first ones, you know, to innovate and to step into that boundary, you know, of just doing a water pump out of Lego, and yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I've seen water pumps, which were really cool, like water log flume kind of things. I've
yes,
seen water vapor, so like smoke is coming out of things,
yeah, yeah.
and I love the ingenuity of it all. So it's really cool to see.
Nowadays, yes, nowadays, well, yeah, the lights is a major plus, but lights and sounds nowadays. I'm hearing a lot of sounds when they do a castle mock, or again getting back to Harry Potter. You know, I've seen Harry Potter mocks and builds that have, you know, like the song, you know, the Harry Potter song or whatnot.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yes, yes. I don't know what size speaker. I'm not sure how they build it into the thing, but there's sounds coming out of Mox now, which is cool. And it keeps pushing the boundary. Same thing with Lego. You know, they did that music box. You know, with that brick. You know, that plays tunes. So it
Oh yeah,
just goes to show how far Lego's willing to play with others. You know, and stuff
yeah,
and their creativity.
and people are
Oh
really
yeah.
pushing the boundaries, and it's great to see. Unless you're the guy who's sitting next to that speaker through an entire Lego convention after 4 days, you're insane.
Yes,
But
yes.
other than that, it's great to see. So,
Oh yeah.
what does 2026 hold for you, Manny? Like more shows, any builds that you have in mind for the horizon?
For 2026. Oh yeah, there's a whole lot to share. A whole lot, hold on. I don't know if I want to, say too much. But yeah, you most likely everyone who's tuned in, everyone who's watching, anyone who knows me, and know what I do in the Lego community. Um, I'm hype coordinator for BrickWorld Chicago. For BrickWorld.ca, I don't want to just keep it at Chicago because BrickWorld they do Grand Rapids, I believe they do Indianapolis, some other city they do a few.
Yeah, they
So
have a couple.
hype coordinator, which is just crowd control, doing announcements, just helping um, when people go into a Lego show or into any convention, any expo, or anything that they're passionate about, we tend to get lost. We get lost in the whole thing so much that we might miss out on certain things. So for Brick World and for certain shows, it's a delight and it's an honor for me being able to help new attendees and people that just don't know or things that could be amiss. I'm the one that announces it and usually hype, wherever we're at the convention. But as far as 2026, if I do have time, I do have a few ideas that I would like to build. They're small, but we are working on the city. Again, everything is work in progress with all my mocks and all my stuff. I took out the whole city for BrickFair at Oaks. So we want to do some skyscrapers. We want to integrate some more lights in there. So yeah, a few projects that I want to keep working on and seeing if we just make it more grander. But as far as 2026, let's see what happens with Brick Fair. If they're gonna continue doing it at Oaks, which would be great. I
That'd be
mean,
cool.
if I did talk to Todd, and while we were just going on rants, he stopped and he asked me, "So you think it's a good idea doing two shows at Oaks?" And me, I had no problem. I mean, I think that's great. I mean,
Well,
shoot,
yeah, it's in your backyard, sure.
and I mean, it's
So
closer to you, it's closer,
it's definitely close to me.
and I've had a lot of people also from like the DMV area that they didn't mind, if it was at Oaks. Um, so then, yeah, I think it'd be great. Looking forward next year in 2026, doing Brick Fair at Oaks in August, and then doing another one in November. I mean, that's just out there in the air. But that's the sort of stuff that I look forward into. I'm looking forward to. Doing Brick Fair right now in November and the year, I thought it was great. I thought um, it was a perfect timing, right before the holidays. Just one um, uh, good, solid show. Of course, Brick Fair that heightens the ears, and when people hear Brick Fair, it's like, oh man, we got to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the show at Oaks was a success. So what am I looking forward in 2026? Yeah, God willing, having the same season that I just had a month before at Oaks. Weather was great, and the attendees were great too. It was just a fun weekend indeed.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to in 2026. But BrickWorld Chicago, and I'm doing I will spill the beans on this. I'm doing a brand ambassadorship. I'm associated with this company, but we'll spill the beans out later on that.
All right.
And that's what I'm looking forward to. Some vendorship and sponsoring a few of these shows in 2026. And from the looks of the emails, I mean, everything is promising. There might be a chance that you'll catch this Lego Master in the Wild, specifically February 8th at Atlanta BrickCon. Let's see if everything
Nice.
works out. But I'm looking forward to that. And then there's a Brick Fair at Fredericksburg. Would you be
Yep.
attending that one? Yes.
I never attended that one. It's a little too far at that time of year for me to attend.
And it's even farther than
Then Chantilly, yes.
The Chantilly, yes, it is.
Yeah.
From the last show, yeah, that's what they were mentioning. Let's see if we can make it happen. But besides everything else, of course, we plan on doing Brick Fairs next year,
Be there.
and definitely doing BrickWorld Chicago. Definitely. Oh yeah.
All right. Sounds good. So if people want to keep up with where you're going to be, where can they check you out?
Certified Lego Boy on TikTok. The main handle is Gib Bricks. Gib means get into building bricks. Website getintobuilding.com. Emmanuel Manny Garcia on Facebook. The YouTube as well is Gib Bricks, so you can check that out. And on TikTok, for whatever reasons, I had to change my name to the Certified Brick Boy. But yeah. Anything certified brick, certified Lego, you can find me there. Oh yeah.
Sounds good. Then we will look for you there. And thank you for joining me tonight.
Everyone that's tuned in, everyone that's watching, thank you for the invite. Make sure you catch 8-Bit Bricks. Make sure you guys follow. Stay tuned for more. This is a great delight. Thank you so much for the invite, and hopefully we get to do some more chats. And this is great. This is what we're. This is what this is intended for, to connect, to share, our love and our passion for Lego. So thank you for allowing me to do so.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's Tales from the Bricks for this week. We'll see you all next week. Until then, play well.